you for joining us here on the Neutral Zone. I am Phil Milani, joined as always by my partner in crime, my esteemed colleague. The best way to describe this person is my everything. It's at Eric Delisle.
Put those dubs up, Phil.
Do you eat a W? No. Get hungry.
We're still riding high after the Broncos' first victory of the season. We want another one.
Yeah. Once you get a little taste, you want the whole meal.
I want seconds.
Yeah. That was like kind of like if you're at a cocktail party and they're walking around with something, and you're like, "Oh, would you like one?" And you're like, "Yeah," and it tasted good.
Little charcuterie.
Yeah, and then the rest of the time you're waiting for that person to come back around because you're so hungry. Hopefully the Broncos don't have to wait too long, though.
Yeah,
you know?
Nice and hungry.
We'll see. Yeah, you stay hungry, so you don't have to get hungry.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's kind of like once you're in your home, right, and you purchase a beautiful work of art from Ben Swanson to hang on your wall. You got to get another one.
You're hooked, because you got the art's hooked, and then you're
hooked by the art.
Yeah,
and you just say, hey, we got to find a way to get another Ben Swanson original on our wall.
Yeah. Ben Swanson, of course, is joining us here in studio, back from Chicago. The local authorities there had to use a crane, and they got him off the bean.
I really did not listen to the podcast.
You don't need to listen.
It happened.
You were stuck on top of the bean after eating too much deep dish pizza, and
that's why the beans under construction.
A crane. Yeah, they had to do some renovations.
I heard
after
your camera's still up there. Is that true?
Oh, it's a time lapse. I'm doing the whole year.
Yeah, got it.
The whole year.
Yeah,
I forgot to record though.
Yeah. It's
double punched.
Tough.
It's pretty expensive to have the crane come out for you. So.
No
good luck with
expense
that.
spared for the art.
Oh, got it.
Maybe just buy a new camera.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you back with us.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed Monday's show.
That's okay. Seems to be a theme here.
Yeah, it's a hard one for me. Hard to hit those Mondays for me.
Yeah, a little case of the Mondays.
Yeah.
Well, we got a nice show today. It's Thursday, and we're ready to rock and roll. Guess who's going to be joining us on the show?
Who?
Just guess.
Ben Swanson.
Who's the most talked about person on this Broncos team this week?
Matt Henningsen.
Nik Bonitto.
Oh, sorry. Matt was last week.
That was last week, Matt Henningsen.
Nik Bonitto?
Wait until we get to the YouTube comments. There was a nice comment there about the interview with Matt Henningsen.
Oh, okay.
You hater.
I'm not a hater.
We got Nik Bonitto this week, though.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, fresh off
got goosebumps
a nice 2.5 sack performance. He was like, I got to get on the neutral zone. So I didn't want to talk to him, but he came up to me in the locker room and was like, hey, can I please get on the show?
Yeah.
And I was like, have your people talk to my people. We'll think about it. And then we got it arranged.
He's earned it.
We got it arranged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, you're a big deal now. So let's do it. So I'm sure after this interview, it's just going to continue.
It's, you said 2.5 sacks?
2.5 sacks last week.
Yeah.
3.5, I believe, on the year.
That's true.
5 QB hits. I kind of know what's going on. I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Thank you.
Where did you go to college?
Thank you. Oklahoma.
Nice.
Yeah. Ever heard of Jamar Gaines?
What?
No, I haven't.
Jamar Kane?
Jamar Kane. Oh, man, I was so good. I was doing so good, and then I just lost it.
You want to explain who that person is?
Yeah, that was Bonitto's pass rush coach at Oklahoma. Came in and is now an assistant coach here.
Yeah. So, wait, so are you telling me you don't know the name?
Jamar Kane. Jamar Kane. Of course I know. What are you talking? I was just sort of. It was kind of like it was like a reverse.
It was a good one.
Yeah, just to see, because obviously I know.
Obviously, yep.
But just testing you.
They think anybody could do this job. That's what the fans think, and it's not true.
You got to stay sharp.
Yep.
You can't have this kind of timing and the kind of edge that this show has. That takes years.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was going to ask. I think it's we're getting close to apple picking season, aren't we?
Yeah, very close.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a season.
It is the season. Swanson, when you go out there, Bonitto did 2.5 sacks against the Bears. How many sacks of apples do you? Do you pick?
Took a while to get there, but it was nice.
Well, you were busy getting coaches' names wrong, so it took me a second.
Oh, got it.
2.5 would be a bad day for me.
Oh, really?
Too many?
Too few.
Oh,
few.
how many?
5 bags or more.
A big sack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you put that in the.
You ever do a strip sack?
We do the cider.
The F-1550, and
you roll out
bring
of
them on back.
You roll out of that orchard.
You can just kind of drive through the lanes and just reach out your window, right?
Oh, yeah, just
it's
pull
so
them out.
jacked up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a parade, just handing out apples.
Oh,
down
got
the
it.
street.
You do a cider, or
So
what do you do?
pick them and then you give them out.
Yeah.
Got it.
You
Man
do
of
some
the people.
pies?
Kind of like an Apple Robin Hood situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're stealing from the orchard and giving to the
greedy
poor.
orchard.
Yeah. The corrupt
yeah.
orchard.
Big orchard.
Taking down big orchard.
Big
yeah.
orchard hates this man.
One weekend at a time.
Makes it an angry orchard.
Yeah. Not a sponsor, but could be.
It might not want to be.
So yeah, Nik Bonitto's gonna be on the show.
Yeah, I'm
It's gonna be
excited
nice.
for that.
It's gonna be nice. We'll of course talk about the pass rush.
Yep.
Where this Broncos pass rush, gonna play pass rush. It's gonna play a big role this week.
Big role.
Big role against Zach Wilson.
Ooh.
Get some pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get some turnovers cooking.
Apple turnovers.
Oh, man.
If you really think about it, it all comes
This
back
is
to
the
Apple.
fall
It's
episode.
all at Apple.
It's harvest season, baby.
Just do it.
It's very autumnal theme here on the show.
I think we'll just title this one "The Neutral Zone
Apples.
The autumn episode.
Yeah, I don't, or just apples.
Apples.
People
You like
probably
them
people
apples?
probably click it.
The SEO. People's just searching apples.
Yeah. People looking for apples? Boom.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
what's this?
discuss. Yeah.
Who is Nik Bonitto?
Where to peep the fall colors?
Yeah.
That's what we'll talk about. No, we'll talk about Nik Bonitto.
All right. Anything else we're going to talk about?
Then
get
the
cooking.
second topic, which obviously is not nearly as important.
No, well, it would be first if it were important.
Correct. The second topic will be how Russell Wilson, this Broncos offense, will be able to combat the front seven of the New York Jets.
Woo.
Oh, yeah.
The gang
The
green
new-
machine.
Yeah. Oh, man. Do you think that Quinnen Williams, he's probably pumped up for this one, huh?
Why?
Just,
Why is he pumped up for this one over?
Well,
like
he gets pumped up for all of them,
Yeah.
but I bet that he's going to be pumped up this week. And
I bet.
Quincy Williams,
Yep.
pumped up.
Yep.
CJ Mosley, pumped. Who are some of the other guys that you think may be pumped up?
I think. Yeah.
Maybe some people are saying they're pumped up.
Yeah. Maybe Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson, pumped.
Yeah.
Swanson, who else is pumped? Okay.
Well.
Yep.
Michael Carter.
Yeah.
All two of them.
Oh, yeah. They got a couple of Michael Carters. Yeah.
One plays
One's in
corner,
secondary.
right?
Yeah.
One plays running back. So
Yeah.
not really front seven, Swanson.
Yeah.
You could keep up.
Try to keep up. Yeah. Maybe some applesauce, Gardner. You think he's
They
pumped?
got a good defense, Phil.
Yeah, they got
I'll
a
tell
good
you that.
defense. That's going to be they a
Robert
problem.
Saleh,
They a problem.
He gets after people.
Yeah. He, like Champagne, he likes to do the game plan with candlelight. Salah does it with, he's just doing curls the whole
yeah.
time. He's just like, yeah, I'm up there, 1 a.m. doing curls and coming up with a defensive game plan. We're doing third down, just 1,000, 1,001. It's kind of like an Anchorman situation.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
Is the game plan heavy?
Pumped up. Yeah, heavy. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, you got to
Sean
lift
did
it.
say they were heavy.
They are heavy. Yeah, he
defense,
said
yeah.
that. Yeah. What do you think he meant by that? He kind of
just
tried to explain. Yeah, they're
strong
heavy
and,
everywhere.
like, they
They're
lean on
heavy.
you.
See,
Big
there's
guys.
no leaky yardage. I
No.
think he said leaky yardage.
They are a fundamentally sound defense. But Phil, that seems like a topic for later in the show.
That's not our most important topic. That's for sure.
So we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So this is an interactive show, Eric. So before we get into the meat of it, let's have a little introduction to that.
Yeah, maybe like an appetizer.
Yeah, more of an appetizer.
Appetizer.
An apple teaser. How can NZ Nation get involved?
Gosh, there's a lot of ways, Phil. You could leave a voicemail at 707 Neutral. Spoiler, we got a couple of those coming down the pike.
Ooh.
You could
A dessert, if you will.
exactly a little crumble,
Yeah.
a little galette.
Yeah. Ooh, I like galette.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
You could leave an email at neutralzoneshow@gmail.com. You could send us a tweet/X directly on X/Twitter at Eric Delisle with an A, at Phil Milani with a PH. Non-traditional spelling.
Of course not.
You could go meet Ben Swanson in the old orchard. Or, Phil, you could do our favorite way, and that's to go to the Broncos official YouTube page, find the Neutral Zone, leave a comment, and we'll read it right here on the air. Right now.
Jake Sokol. I decided to watch this instead of listen, and I regret it. I had a vision in my head of what you all looked like, and this doesn't match it.
Oh.
Yeah, what do you think?
What do you think? We were
What
too
do you think?
handsome, I think.
I think that
maybe
that is a
He was too
problem that
distracted. He
often.
couldn't even focus on the
intimidating.
analysis.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know. What do you think?
Jake, how about you just value us for our opinions and not how great we look?
How do you think, our voices? Like,
Yeah.
what kind of a person do you think is attached to this type of voice?
You know, probably for you, at least, it's surprising to see 1.5
People. Yeah, for sure. That was probably shocking.
Yeah. Probably
Like,
expected.
whoa. Yeah. So, Cindy H303 needed some laughs and positive. Cindy.
Not Sydney.
Who's that? Cindy. Needed some laughs and positive vibes this week, and y'all delivered. Yeah, that's true. We do that all
Laughs?
the
The
time.
vibes?
Wambo de Jambo. Hey, Phil, I like your cut, G. That's what he says. I'm just reading it. I'm just reading it. I'm just reading it. Not my words. He says, I likes my haircut because last week we were talking about the hairline.
Oh, yeah. It looks
Yeah.
better this week.
You think it looks better?
It does.
The hairline doesn't change week to week. Maybe
looks-
the comb.
No,
the comb.
The comb maybe is hiding the line then.
Comb change. I don't know. Is it? Oh, are
It's
you
still
questioning?
back there. It's still back there.
Oh, it doesn't look good.
The hair looks good.
Wow. Somebody commented on the post-game show, Eric, and said that Eric has a nice head of hair. That was a comment.
Well, there are a lot of Eric fans out there in Chicago.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Chicago's Big Ten.
Maybe they came down
NFL
from
team.
Northwestern, from Evanston,
Yep.
just came on down and
Just,
enjoyed a nice contest.
Just up the road.
Yeah. Zach Corolla Art. Corolla Art. I tried. I came here for the hairline talk. Who's probably enjoying this episode as well. Second comment from Zach. Get out of here, Mayo Man.
Oh, yeah. Mayo
Was
Man was a
Mayo
little
Man-
grumpy.
Yeah, was a little bit grumpy.
Can't remember why, but.
Yeah, I don't think they liked the everything
Oh.
part of it. So get out of here, Mayo Man. You only wish you were Ben Swanson's everything.
No one is.
Yeah. Do you think that Mayo Man? What do you think?
I'll pass.
Could, wow, more of a mustard man. So Danya Didier, I appreciate your interview with Matt Henningsen. She writes here that she had a little bit of an accident this offseason, led to some problems with a brain bleed, which, of course, Matt Henningsen just had a paper that was published talking about how he's helping doctors work with brain bleeds. And she was like, hey, knowing a member of the Broncos football team has done some amazing research that could help someone like her is amazing, and also could also help some football players down the road, too. So
Yeah. And I learned,
she appreciated that.
I learned no ligaments in the brain.
Yeah,
Last
of
week I
course.
was
You're always
I
learning
was
something. You
confused
know what I
last
mean?
week.
And then back to Captain Mayo here, guys. My everything, give me a break.
Come on, Mayo boy.
Mayo man does not, Mayo boy does not like that. I don't know. So let's see. Any other good ones here? Oh, shout out. This is from Brady Johnson.
Okay.
Shout out to Swanson for putting up with these two's tomfoolery and shenanigans.
Someone's got to do it.
Thanks,
Shenanigans.
Swanson. Thanks for putting up with us.
Yeah.
Someone has to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. So, and then a lot of comments about how the Broncos could use a win, and they got it.
They got it.
So we're rocking and rolling now. Eric, let's get into our first topic here, and that's about the pass rush.
Yeah.
How'd you feel the Broncos deciding to move forward from Randy Gregory? And now all of a sudden it's going to be the Nik Bonitto and Jonathan Cooper show.
I like it. The Bonit show.
The Coopnito show. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Nick and John, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We could
We'll
do
work
that.
on it. We'll workshop it.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, Phil, as Sean Payton said the other day, Wednesday, there were a variety of reasons why the team decided to move forward from Randy Gregory, but among them, he said that Jonathan Cooper and Nik Bonitto were just playing at a higher level. You want to play the best players, the guys that are performing, and I think it's a credit to both those guys that the team is confident enough in them to make this move and to allow them to move forward as the guys. And I think Nik Bonitto in particular has really impressed me in terms of how he's taken a step forward this season. He looks faster off the edge, maybe reacting a little bit more quickly. He's gained some size, which I think he's using to his advantage. And you see the pass rush traits that the Broncos saw when they drafted him last year.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, he has really making a leap, I think, from year one to year two here. Bigger, stronger. I mean, you could see that affecting him, and then just more comfortable. He's able to identify things a little bit better, I think, and he's having an impact on games. Obviously the strip sack was huge last week. Without that, who knows what happens, because that really was sort of like the hammer there. Like, hey, the comeback, this game's tied now. And all the momentum was on the Broncos side. So, I mean, I do think that it puts a lot of pressure on him now. Whoa, all of a sudden now it's like I'm the guy now. And so there's more pressure on him. I think also Baron Browning returned to practice this week as he works his way off IR. And Frank Clark trying to get healthy. Did something
He's on
funny
PUP,
happen?
but it's
He
similar.
was from PUP?
He's not from there. That's what
He
he's
has a
on.
21. Yeah, I know he's got a 21-day window.
That's true.
Let's go. Maybe Mr. Browning will come back soon, and Mr. Clark can come back soon, and then this pass rush unit will be complete.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I
PUP.
Nik,
PUP, sorry.
yeah, that's okay.
PUP.
Pup.
Pup list.
Swanson, what is it? What sound does a pup make?
He was physically unable
Perform.
to perform his duties as a pass rush specialist.
That's right. He's a specialist?
I think so.
Okay.
Would you say?
Sure.
He has a certain set of skills.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make things very painful.
Yeah. And he tries to find the quarterback.
He talked about that in terms of taking a step forward and not letting it be kind of a one-game performance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He said that?
We'll get to it a little later.
We'll get to that, huh?
I've listened to the interview, of course, so
Of course you have.
that's how I know.
Yeah.
I think it's a good opportunity for Nik, and it takes guys a lot of times a whole year to figure it out and make that jump. And year one to year two, we talk so much about that's when guys make a jump. Well, we saw that with Nik, and he's got to keep it going. I think in the run game, got to continue to improve there, setting the edge. We heard in Miami, right, that the Broncos didn't do such a great job of that. There were times against the Bears. I think it probably popped up again. You're going to have to do that this week against a good Jets run game.
Breece
with
Hall.
We saw him break one last year against the Broncos before he suffered that injury. So the run game is, again, I think still a focus for Nik Bonitto, but
Most definitely.
has pass rush talent. Jonathan Cooper has that kind of relentless motor that you would maybe expect from a late round draft pick that just goes, tries to make every single play. And then I do think with Baron Browning coming back, like you mentioned, whenever that happens, he had
Pup list.
Yep. He had 5 sacks last year. Looked. He's got kind of that twitchiness off the edge.
Ooh, you like to see some twitch.
Some twitch.
Yeah.
And then I think Frank Clark gives you the veteran presence. I feel like he'll come up big in big moments. I'm sure he's excited. I obviously want to get back this week, but Kansas City on the horizon, I'm sure he's excited and motivated to play well back there. So, I think the Broncos pass rush doesn't have maybe the big names anymore. I mean, obviously Frank Clark is still a big name, but does it have kind of the big name that it did when you signed Randy Gregory to a big deal? Not necessarily, but it has guys who have been productive and who were, as Sean Payton put it, just playing at a higher level, and so you roll with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about Sean Payton is that it doesn't matter where you were drafted or how you came to Denver. Now that you're here, the best guys are going to play. And, he said that all offseason long. That's sort of a philosophy of his. And you've seen that work with, Jaleel McLaughlin and already a couple touchdowns this season. And now you're seeing that again, hey, I don't care. Randy Gregory was a big free agent signing from a couple of years ago. If Nik Bonitto is playing better, if Jonathan Cooper is playing better, then we're going to roll with those guys. And so clearly doing that. I agree. Maybe not the star power, but if you're still getting the production, then what does it matter?
Right.
The Nik Bonitto was the first pick for the Broncos, not this past draft, but the one before that. And so he has the ability to become that star power. And obviously the Broncos, that year had so many limited draft picks. So the fact that they used their first one on Nik Bonitto means that they saw something there.
Oh, definitely.
And obviously bringing in Jamar Cain, I think maybe just having some familiarity there in the coaching staff, I think that there's something about that gives you a little bit of confidence or helps get the message connected a little bit better or something like that. But I would imagine coming out of college and coming to the pros, going up against a growing man at a tackle there, it's got to be significantly different than the college game. So for some guys like a Von Miller or something, that transition happens a little bit faster, but that doesn't happen for everybody, and you got to keep working at it. You got to keep growing, and we've seen that from Nik Bonitto.
Yeah, and in fairness, Vaughn was a second pick.
And he's a freak of nature. So you can't be like, do what Vaughn does.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that. No one can.
That's true.
So you can't really say
he's
that.
developed into a good player.
He has.
The Broncos pass rush obviously was a topic of conversation after week 1 when they did not get any pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Since then, it's been better. And, you still got to be better in the run game there. But even when the Broncos defense was struggling a little bit against the Bears, there were still a couple of sacks there where you're at least putting them in these long second down situations, long third downs. Got to be able to hold them there. And, we'll see if a Justin Simmons comes back, a Josie Jewell. Those things I'm sure would help get guys off the field on third down. But Nik Bonitto and Jonathan Cooper, I think, are doing their jobs. And excited for the opportunity they have this weekend because Zach Wilson, he played a good game against the Kansas City Chiefs this last week.
He did.
But he holds the ball. He's up there, I think, in the top 4 in average time to throw the football. So he'll give you a chance.
Russell Wilson's up there too.
Yeah.
But he's scrambling around and doing a lot of different things.
Last year against the Jets here in Denver, Zach Wilson gave the Broncos some chances. There was, I think, one where he ran backwards.
He
might have even fumbled it, but I think he recovered.
Like back-to-back plays, something.
So maybe you get an opportunity. The key will be when you get those, you got to take advantage of them, force a turnover, get a takeaway like you did against the Bears. There's no, I don't think there's any luck involved that you win the turnover battle against the Bears, you end up winning the football game. And
most definitely.
I think the same thing will be true probably this week against the Jets. If you can win the turnover battle and your pass rush can force Zach Wilson into some mistakes and Russell Wilson and the offense can play clean on the other side, you got a really good chance, I think, to win this football game and get back to 2-3.
Yeah. No, most definitely. There should be plenty of opportunities here, but Jets do have some playmakers.
Of course.
Breece Hall returning back to Denver, of course, tore his ACL as a rookie here in Denver. So he's coming back. Garrett Wilson on the outside, the offensive rookie of the year last year.
Good player.
PS2 will have his hands full there, I think. So they've got some weapons. So it's going to be a good test here. So would you like to hear from Nik Bonitto?
Let's do it.
Okay, here's my interview with the Broncos starting pass rusher. All right, Nick, how did things feel last week out there? It seemed like you were having a lot of success.
Yeah, I felt good, just knowing what was coming and just playing fast, playing hard. It felt good.
Have things slowed down a little bit for you this year?
Yeah, I would say so. A little bit more comfortable with, just knowing what offenses are running and, how to attack it and stuff like that.
So more of a film study type of thing then? That's been the biggest difference for you this year?
Yeah, I would agree.
How much of a impact has it been for you having a guy like Jamar Cain here?
Yeah, he's been real good, just, always having a pass rush plan for us every week, knowing, what type of guys we're facing, what they like to do and stuff like that. So.
For you, how far ahead do you feel like you are now compared to where you were, say, at this time last year?
Definitely a lot. Just mentally, just not as much guessing and thinking, just going out there and playing. So.
And this week, getting set to face the Jets here, what have you seen from Zach Wilson?
He's a good player. Obviously, he's a really talented guy. I mean, he went first round for a reason. But we have a plan for him that I think will be really good. So.
And the decision with Randy Gregory here, what was your reaction when you heard about that?
I was sad just knowing the type of guy he was. He's always been a guy where he's been helping me and Coop out, the young guys, and just making sure that whenever a time did come like this, that we'll be ready to come and step in and be ready. So, I mean, missing the guy, he's gonna be missed a lot. He was a really good veteran presence in the room.
But do you read into anything there, like, hey, maybe now coaches are expecting a bigger role from you?
I feel like just anybody in the group. I mean, whoever's out there on the field, he expects us to be, a playmaker. No matter if it's a guy that's, playing all the reps or a guy that's going in for one play, he expects, playmaking ability out of everybody. So.
But when they told you were going to start last week, what was your reaction to that?
I was just kind of shocked, but I mean, at the end of the day, Randy prepared me for a moment like this. Coach prepared me for moments, and just going out there and playing the same type of football. So.
And now is Frank Clark that kind of guy, the vet in the room, where you're continue to learn from him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just another guy with a lot of experience in this league. He's been playing a lot of ball, and he's just been great as well, just helping everybody in the room. So.
And the last one for me here, just where do you think what's the next step for you in your game?
Just continuing to, hone in on the little details, continuing to, play fast, play hard, and things of that nature. And, don't, just have one good week and then be okay. Just keep continuing to build on that. So.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Nick, there for spending some time on the show. He had to get on. He said, I have to get on.
do it.
It's all the rage in this town. Number one is Dion. Number two is the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Obviously.
We were number one. Dion asked to borrow it. He borrowed it.
Yeah.
At some
He
point.
may have it.
At some point, we'll get it back.
Yeah.
When we want it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Kind of like a short-term rental.
Yeah. And so just curious what you thought about the interview and maybe some of the specific details that you really enjoyed.
Yeah. Oh, well, again, about him talking about this can't be a 1 week sort of deal. Got to move forward, do it again. That really stood out to me. I thought your questions could have been a little better.
Yeah. I'm always looking to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just sort of my philosophy.
A lot of room,
Yeah.
I'd say.
If I have a good episode, just like Nick, I'm like, how do I make the next one better? I got to keep growing.
Yeah.
It's just,
What
it's
about
just
the-
sort
what
of
if it was a
same
bad episode?
mentality. That doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
So maybe
When I
I could
watched
ask
that-
someone from a different podcast. I could ask them about it.
When I watched that, I
it
thought,
goes.
we got the interview, but in no way should we be content with that interview.
No, there's a lot to clean up.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you. Yeah.
Just keep working on it.
How long can I celebrate the interview, would you say?
It's time to move forward.
It is.
Already.
Okay, got it. Well, let's move on to topic number 2,
do
Eric.
it.
The front seven from the Jets. Okay? This is a talented group. Maybe if you say you're kind of a guy who just loves statistics, Eric, you dial
of
up
guy?
the internet, and you just type in some, please give me Jets defensive statistics, and they pop up on your screen. The numbers don't pop off the page, Eric, necessarily with this Jets defense, but there's a lot of talent there. And you even heard it from Russell Wilson this week saying, look, this is a good defense.
Yeah, and they played some good football teams.
They made Patrick Mahomes' life a little bit difficult last Sunday night.
Yeah, until he was just like, I'm going to go for a stroll down the field, and I'll just kind of
Until
I'll slide
most teams
down.
do like a 4-minute drill. He does like a fourth quarter drill.
Yeah.
That's sort of what they do.
But they've played obviously Patrick Mahomes. They harassed Josh Allen all night.
A lot of turnovers.
3 interceptions,
Yeah,
I think.
more.
More. How many?
4 maybe?
Okay.
Maybe, what is it, 3? Felt like 4. It was 3, felt like 4.
Okay.
See? Fair. That's fair.
the fumble. Is that
There
what you were
go.
thinking?
That's
of?
what,
like-
that's
that's kinda
what
like
I
you
was thinking. That's why it felt like 4.
Yep. So they're a good unit. They're good at every level. Secondaries got good players. You talk about C.J. Mosley in the middle there. The front,
He's everywhere.
he's everywhere. Side
He
to
starts
side,
in the middle, but then he ends
side to
everywhere.
side. Yeah. It was Sean Payton that said you watch their film, every play, even if he's not making the tackle necessarily, he's in the
shot.
picture
He's
there.
in the shot.
Yeah. Smart, good optics.
What do you think about that? Champagne likes to look at pictures on the sideline. He's not a video guy there.
Seems
Old
to
school.
seems to be
He's
working,
old school.
right?
It seems to work.
Yeah.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
That's true.
Sort of a philosophy there.
And
So
if it's fixed,
working.
don't break it.
Swanson doesn't know about that one.
Yeah, no. He likes to break it.
Break it.
Quentin Williams obviously is the guy probably to know along that front. And
Got a big contract.
Yep. Seems like a nice, fun-loving fellow.
He is.
Yeah.
Of course, Hard Knocks did a lot with him. Got to know him a little bit better.
Hard Knocks was there?
Hard Knocks.
Got it.
Yeah, Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
It's like if your doorbell doesn't ring, work properly, you got to do Hard Knocks.
That's right.
Otherwise, no, the people inside won't know you're there.
Smart.
Yeah.
And they'll know.
Yeah. If you do Hard Knocks.
You ever do soft knocks, Swanson?
No.
I can't deal with you too sometimes.
I will say the interesting thing about Williams is he brings pressure, obviously, from the interior, which it's a different sort of thing you have to worry about.
Can't chip
Can't chip.
with a tight end. Chip.
Who? Chip.
Yeah. The ship lap.
Can't do that. Nope. No.
No ship
Waco.
lap.
Can't go on down to Waco.
Nope. Silos.
And so much, too, I feel like Russ, when he escapes the pocket, he's like dodging that edge rusher, getting outside of him, and then that edge rusher is chasing. Sean Payton talked about, well, when you have the interior rusher, if they push your center, your guard, or whoever straight back, now there's no room to step up in the pocket. Quarterback is tempted to move backwards. Obviously, right and left tackle are just trying to push their guys behind the quarterback.
Change.
And so the entire complexion of the pocket changes. And I think there's been a movement, it feels like Chris Jones, Aaron Donald, to find these guys who can provide pressure from the interior, because it's hard to step up and throw. It changes everything. And so that'll be, I'm trying to think of, obviously, Max Crosby, a great edge player. Dolphins had some talented edge guys. Washington had people all over their front.
That's a good front.
And the Jets are probably comparable to
Yeah.
them. And so it'll be interesting to see. The Broncos handled Washington's front really well in the first half and then struggled in the second half. Can they find, whatever they did against Washington, is there a way to use some of that to find success against this Jets front? Because they'll make life difficult. I do think, Phil, the Broncos have shown the ability to score points. This feels like maybe a grinded out type of game.
I mean, a little bit of a low scoring one.
Yeah. I would guess that maybe high teens, low 20s, and you're just trying to avoid mistakes, make plays when you can. I would imagine that taking care of the football has to be the number one priority. Yeah. And just staying patient.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hard to run the football on these guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be a test. And we talked about Washington's front a few weeks ago, how good they were. This is just as good of a defense.
Yeah, most definitely. And Sean Payton also with Quinnen was talking about, hey, you as a guard hope that your center kind of can get on and turn your way. But even then, the Jets, they try to do some things to mix that up so your center can't necessarily help on him. You line up a guy right over center, and then they have to engage there, can't help on Quinnen. So, that's going to be a challenge, I think, for Russell Wilson. Russ threw 3 touchdowns and no interceptions last week, kept things clean. I do think that the fall starts trying to clean that up a little bit. Hopefully being at home for this offensive line can help there, but also just cleaning up the cadence maybe a little bit. I think that then maybe I guess the Broncos can't afford to beat themselves, I guess, and this one is a good way to put it. And just can't be moving backwards. Got to always be trying to just get yards wherever you can. And, if you're in the red zone, Russ talked about this a lot, too, this week, is making sure you score touchdowns. And the Jets, the one stat that does really pop off is the red zone defense. It's number 1 in the NFL.
Yeah.
So maybe score from 21.
That could be good.
That's a good idea. I think, maybe like get Jerry Jeudy going a little bit, I think.
Easy plays.
Yeah. I believe DJ Reed is their other cornerback, and he had a concussion. He's in the protocol.
A safety, isn't he?
No. Well, I was looking up their depth chart this morning.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm right, and sometimes you're wrong. And this is one of those instances.
It's both at the same time.
It's rare.
Yep.
But it just happened, so I document it.
I'm glad.
Can you write down the time code, Swanson, just so I can put that into? I got a little folder on my desktop. It says
3 hour mark.
Yeah, it says Phil right, Eric wrong folder.
It's empty currently, but
I gotta make it. I gotta make it, and just added today. So he's in concussion protocol. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with their secondary there. Of course, Sauce. Last year he was on Cortland Sutton a lot, allowed Jerry Jeudy to have a big game. 7 catches, 96 yards last year for Jerry Jeudy against the Jets. So you like that?
Yeah.
No, you don't even know what I just said.
7 catches.
Yeah. How many yards?
Oh, yeah, wow. Go back to Chicago.
So we'll have to see what they can do. Maybe get a little bit of trickerations going on in the play calling. Some screenplays. Get Jaleel out in the edge. Ooh, he's good out there.
Yeah.
I like that. He like the touchdown that he had where he kind of stopped a little and then fired it back up. That was nice. He put
Shifty.
He like turned off the throttle for a second and then put it back. They engaged it and it was nice.
Kind of
I was like,
Gun.
ooh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, slow down, speed back up. That's hard to do.
It's good.
Must have been those hill runs.
The stair climbing.
5 a.m.
That's right.
You
Out there with
and
me.
Jaleel
Yep.
running those stairs.
Ben Swanson taking photos.
Swanson was out there taking photographs.
This feels like a game, Phil, where you just have to be content at times to
Punt.
to avoid the
Punt's not a bad play.
the big mistake.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be times where maybe it's just throw the ball away.
Don't force it.
Don't take the sack. And I think we've seen Russ make good decisions for the most part
Yeah.
this year. Sean Payton has said he hasn't looked at that's when you referenced the pictures earlier, hasn't looked at it at all and been like, Russ, what's Russ doing here?
Yeah,
You know,
he said he's
the
been making
decision
good,
has
yeah.
been good. He said he's locked in, he's playing well. You would hope this is one of those games where if it's close and your defense is able to play a little bit better than they did a week ago, that the edge at quarterback, the way those two guys are playing right now, you would hope that that's enough to get you a win.
Yeah.
Because Russ is playing really good football right
He
now.
is. I believe his quarterback rating is number 3 in the NFL.
He is the only guy with at least 9 touchdowns and fewer than 2 interceptions.
He has 2 interceptions.
Or sorry, 2 interceptions or fewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it shows you that he's
locked in. He's dialed in.
The ratio is good.
That's a good ratio. Yeah. He's locked in. He's dialed.
Swanson on Twitter, bad ratio. Like when he does
that's
a
not
tweet
good.
about,
yeah.
well, we can't talk about
We can't
that.
talk about it.
But
it's
bad ratio? This is good
This
ratio.
is good ratio. 9-2 is what you're looking for. Yeah. What
Maybe
if
they
that
could do like 10 or 11 or 12-2. That could be good.
Ooh, yeah, that would be nice. But we've heard Sean Payton really harp on protecting the football, and this week that's going to be really important.
It's going to be, yeah. And, it feels like it's going to be a close game coming down to the wire. Who can get a stop? Who can make a play? It feels like that sort of game.
Yeah. When you're facing a good defense, those games kind of tend to be like that.
Yeah.
It's
It's like a slugfest.
slugfest.
But if you get a win, Phil,
You're right back in
You're
it.
right back in it. We can talk
and
about
of course,
the
the
schedule
Chiefs
again.
are always right there, right?
They're
When
just
you're talking
waiting.
about they're
They're
just
waiting.
there. They're there.
they're waiting.
Yeah. Eric, should we get to a couple of voicemails?
Let's do
you
it.
teased it, and we're delivering right now. And our first one from our good friend, Mr. Tom Agnetti.
Gentlemen, nice to have a game this week where we just knew it was in the bag from beginning to end. Well, I know that you're familiar with sarcasm. There's a slight touch of that, but I'm so excited for a sweet victory. It basically drives my mood for the entire week. Hellman's mayonnaise is the only mayonnaise. This aioli stuff gave me a pain in my aioli when I heard that. Hellman's simply the best. 2 scoops of raisins, Raisin Bran. And Ben Swanson, I want to know if he's a true Bob Ross aficionado. When Bob Ross cleans his brush, what does he say he's doing with the brush? Trivia. Have a great week. I look forward to smashing the Jets. My mother used to work for Hess when I lived in New York, and she once put me in Hess Jets pajamas. There's a picture of this, and it gave me a rash. Been a Broncos fan ever since. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Tom. They're great voicemail, I would say.
Yeah.
Recall to the Raisin Bran. Of course, you got to do 2 scoops, which is very important, I think. 2 scoops.
Very important.
You don't mess around with any other kind of cereal.
No.
And then, of course, Hellman's we brought up as the number 1 mayo. Last week we figured out that an aioli starts with garlic.
Yep.
Yeah. And so we got that in that one. And then, of course, the Jets pajamas. I didn't know where that
Yeah.
was going to go, but he got a rash.
A rash. Yeah. Did yours clear up?
Yeah.
That's good.
I took that medication you gave me.
Okay.
Yeah. Worked for you, worked for me.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
yeah. It's a good medication.
Yeah, got it from the same place, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Swanson used that to start, right? That's where you first heard about it, right?
I heard about it. Yeah. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah. Took Swanson, 10 days to clear yours?
That's why he has a beard now, actually.
Yeah, yeah. And now you're all okay, right?
So you know the Bob Ross answer, Swanson?
Yeah, what's the
I'll
Bob
be
Ross?
honest, I didn't know it.
Clean the brush.
Yeah, that's not what he said though.
What did
I
he
had
say?
to look it up. His thing was saying, beat the devil out of it.
Oh,
So
that's
you
what
would
Bob
dip
Ross
it
said?
in some kind of
Cleaning agent?
yeah,
Oh.
thinner or something, and then he would like smack it against this this pole to dry it off. He said, "Beat the devil out of it."
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
thank you.
That got deep.
Some happy clouds, happy
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah, of course.
Don't want that
Very
devil in your
relaxing.
clouds.
Very relaxing, Bob Ross. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then another friend of the program here, Brandon from Iowa, left a little voicemail here, so we'll play it now.
Aha! Let's go, fellas. Got it done today in Chicago. Super happy for the guys. Super happy for Sean Payton. First win as a Bronco. I think that there's a lot to clean up, but you know what? At the end of the day, there's a lot to clean up almost every single week. So I look forward to next week, and I look forward to seeing you guys October 29th for the Chiefs game. See you guys soon.
Thank you very much, Brandon. He mixed up the start a little bit. Not the hey, fellas. He was a little more jacked up.
He was jacked up. He still got it in there.
Hey, fellas. But it was not quite like delivered like that. He was pumped up for the win.
I think he called right after the game, so he must have just been feeling it.
Oh, yeah. Get on the phone. We'll play it. We deliver.
The way Iowa football's been playing.
Iowa. It's not been going well.
Kirk?
Yeah, out there in Iowa.
Friend of the program?
Yeah, Kirk is a friend of the program, I think.
Yeah.
We spent some time with him 2 off seasons ago.
They had a special visitor at their last game.
Oh, who was that?
Can't really talk about it. Mr. Redacted from Evanston.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was at the game with his kids.
Oh, okay. B1G football, you guys just stick with it.
Yeah.
That's once, yeah.
But our lawyers have advised us not to talk anymore about that.
I don't really even know what you're talking about. Yeah, to be honest with you. All right, Brandon, thank you very much for that. A streak starts with 1, Eric. So we got the 1 there. So, any shout-outs that you'd like to get to?
Oh, you could do Liz Gerald's.
Of
Nice little
course,
shout-out
a
for
lot
her.
of community stuff, some hospital visits. Russell Wilson and Matt Henningsen, a little Badger pride going on.
Oh.
Went out there to St. Anthony's, Centura's Hospital.
Yep.
And visited with some cancer patients there. It was nice to see that. Russ always, he does a great deal with hospitals. So.
Yeah. This is the Fight Like a Bronco crucial catch game coming up for the Broncos.
Yeah.
They'll also be wearing their snow-capped helmets, Phil.
Oh, that's the one you found when you were out there.
Yeah. People forget that, but I was just out there.
You found it in the wilderness.
Wandering around.
Well, you were climbing up the side of that ice mountain.
Yeah, the classic
and then something
ice
was
mountain.
glowing inside.
Yeah.
You were like,
should I touch
Indiana
this?
Jones.
And I was like, yes.
Yep.
We found it. We brought it back.
And you brought it back?
They made some replicas.
They discovered
the real one, of course. We can't really reveal where that is.
We cannot talk about that.
But
we don't want to talk.
Maybe Russ was going to wear it.
The real one.
Yeah.
Really?
Superpowers.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, 5 touchdowns.
Easy.
Maybe we give it to Nik
question about
Bonitto.
it.
Who do
Why
we give
stop
it
at
to?
5? I think let's
Maybe
give it to
just
Russ.
pass it around.
Russ.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoever
one
needs it
on
the
offense,
most.
one on defense.
Yeah. Well,
Whoever
there's
needs pass it.
only special teams.
What if there's a
Maybe
quick
Will Lutz?
change, though? Interception, and then Russ is like, where's my helmet?
Yeah. It's
Then
kind of like
you gotta-
like Michael's special water in Space Jam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the secret sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bugs Bunny gave that to him.
That's true.
You're Bugs Bunny in this situation.
I'll take that.
Of course you would. Bugs Bunny's tremendous.
Really, it was just all in the heart, though,
It was.
which there's a lesson there.
If you really think about it. But this is a real helmet.
A real-
I mean,
of
this
course,
is a
yeah.
real. Yeah.
This is actually a magic
This
helmet.
is an actual
We're not
thing. So.
just being crazy.
Yeah.
Found it in ice.
You
For
found
Pete's
it.
sake.
Yeah. How old do you think it was?
Oh my gosh, it's been there for a long time.
Yeah, centuries, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Decades even.
Maybe even decades. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that'll give them some power.
We'll see.
The all orange.
Yeah, all orange, but
All
then
orange.
white.
And then white. Boom. Snow capped. Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Towering
it.
mountain ranges.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mountain ranges or mountain range?
Ooh. What do you think?
I said the mountain range is, and then I was pausing. and I was going to say cool.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But
it
you
was
just
cool.
kind of interrupted me, so that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. That was different.
Cool.
That was really different. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to say here? Any other shout outs?
I don't
Anything else
think
like
so.
that? Yeah. Okay. I think that was it too.
I think that's good.
Okay. That's nice. Oh, yeah. They returned to training camp. They got that rolling. I already saw the ball movement on offense. Boom, 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 boom.
He was like, ugh, I have to
MPJ
play
3.
basketball again.
Swish.
Wow.
Yep. It was nice.
About that
I
time.
got my juices
About that
flowing. I'll
time.
say that. I was like, yeah, let's go. It's good to be champs. You know, it's good. That's good. You know, we're still living rent free in the Lakers' head. Lakers is his head.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Lakers.
Anthony Davis. He can't sleep. Jokic is in there. Yeah, that 3 that he gave him, boom.
Oh, it's still in
Yeah,
there.
it's still in there, just
All right.
over and over and over. So, all right, well, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back on Monday, breaking down this Jets game. Who knows what's going to happen?
Hopefully a dub.
Who knows what's going to happen? You start with 1,
Two's next.
2 it comes after that.
That's true.
Even my son knows that. 1, 2. And as we mentioned, every great journey starts with the 1 step. They did that first step. The journey has started. Let's make it 2 steps.
Let's do it.
You can kind of do that, and then you can get up to where you were when you found the helmet.
Yeah. Got a long way to go.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Ben Swanson and Eric Dalala, I am Phil Milani. You've been listening to
The Neutral Zone.